All right, guys, is it rolling? Perfect. All right, so today we're going to talk about propaganda for like the first half hour of class, being that we're on this World War I unit. It was a very important piece of what they did, the Allies did, in order to get the country rallied, and the British as well. First off, can anyone tell me what propaganda is?
Like fake news?
Sort of fake news. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
A certain narrative or kind of action that one group wants to push.
Yes. The exact definition is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. So, can anyone give me an example of propaganda in the modern day and today? Quick example. Think the last 2 years, what's going on in our country? What's been the big push? COVID? Vaccinations? So you got your right side, your left side, your Fox News, your CNN News, your Republicans, your Democrats. What are the Democrats pushing right now? The vaccine. Mandated vaccines. What do you guys think of that? Do you think you should be forced to get the vaccination?
No.
I think it's unconstitutional.
You think it's unconstitutional? It is, in a sense, unconstitutional. They're mandating or forcing you to do something to your body that you don't want to do.
What about all the rest of your vaccines that you had to have before you came to school?
That's very true, though.
Why? Why is that different? Why is that different?
Because
You have to have vaccines to go to school.
Exactly.
You're scared to get
They will
COVID.
not allow you
Go
in
get it.
elementary school without
Go get
vaccines.
it. But it's your own problem. Go get it if you want, because it's a new thing. This is not required at the.
I have
Well-
the answer to that question.
Hold on. I think the reason nowadays why people are a lot against it, two reasons. One, it's being forced upon.
And there's shady shit in it.
And two,
I mean,
it's new and not as tested as the other vaccines. I think that's another thing. But staying on point here, the Democrats are saying that the people that aren't vaccinated are the ones that are actually spreading it. So that's how they're getting these mandates pushed through, and that's what they're pushing in the media. Now, is that a form of propaganda?
yeah.
Because are the unvaccinated spreading COVID? Last time I checked, vaccinated people are getting it too.
Yeah.
So, that is a form of the government using propaganda to push things onto people and get people to believe it. Because I know there's a lot of people that are like, yes, you have to get vaccinated in order for this to all go away. And there's other people on this side that are saying, no, it's my body. No, I'm not putting that in my body. It's causing cancer and all these other things. There's facts, there's this, there's that. So it's propaganda on both sides. So can someone now give me an example of propaganda from, say, the last 100 years? A worldly event that happened that had propaganda. Anyone? There's lots. What, say again? The Holocaust. Adolf Hitler. Probably one of the more famous propaganda spitters in the last 100 years. What did he do? Casey, what did he do?
Well, basically just like he made just like Jews and like bad people.
Yes.
And, like brainwashed.
100%. He used the Jews as a scapegoat for the German economy and the German problems at the time. After World War I and into the Great Depression, Germany was literally decimated. Their economy was bad. But the Jewish people that lived in Germany, they had a lot of the successful businesses and they had a lot of the wealth. So Hitler used that to poison the people in some of his speeches. Now, if you Google Hitler's speeches, they're mean, they're nasty. Like his intensity and how he spoke, like just fed Kool-Aid to the people, and the people started drinking this Kool-Aid. Because that's what propaganda does. That's what people who are great speakers, that's what they do. They influence you by what they say. And they might take, like Germans before, most of them were like, oh, Jews are all right. There's nothing wrong with Jewish people. But once Hitler started passing out this Kool-Aid and passing out his word with these speeches, and they were televised and millions of people were watching, they started believing, yeah, it's the Jews' fault. That's right. Let's get them. So then, what happened? What ended up happening to the Jewish people in Germany?
Concentration.
Concentration camps. They got gassed. They rounded them up. 6 million. Over 6 million Jews were killed.
They want to,
Over Hitler's propaganda and the Nazi Party's propaganda. They were able to turn an entire country against one people. Anything else? Can we bring it back into modern day? Well, what's happened in the last year? What happened in January at our Capitol? Yeah, those more than 20,000 people. The Trumpies, yeah. More than 20,000 people marched on our Capitol. And what did they do to our Capitol? Essentially, they invaded it. They went in. They trashed it over a tweet. A few days prior, a tweet by then President Donald Trump that said, "We need to take back America. We need to take back America at all costs." So these people, the Trump people, went to Washington. They had set up the grandstands because Biden had won, and they were saying there was votes missing and this and that. Everything else that Donald Trump has spewed into the media, they went into the Capitol and said, "This is our building. We're taking it back." And that's what they did. They went in there, they trashed it. They had to evacuate the senators, the House, everything that was in there at the time. All over Donald Trump's propagandas, tweet, speeches. Donald Trump, whether you like him or you don't like him, he's a smart dude. He knows how to play the people. And that's what propaganda is. It's using your political power to influence the people to get what you want. Now, did Donald Trump want our Capitol to be invaded and trashed? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But he definitely didn't do anything to prevent it, and he was the one that caused it over propaganda type speech. Now, everyone, and propaganda is also displayed, mostly politically, every presidential election. Every presidential election. A president has something that they're going to bring to the table, what they're promising the people. Obama was promising health care. Trump was promising a wall. And these are all different types of propaganda type things. Because did we really need a wall? No.
No.
Do we need universal health care? It would help, yeah, but do we need it? Should it be forced upon people? No. So, back in World War I, coming to your project here, they started these posters, these propaganda posters, to get the people to get on their side in the country. Like this one right here, the British gentleman. Who's absent? He's pointing at you. He's trying to get the British people who weren't already enlisted, males, because the women couldn't go, to get in to register to go into the army. Right here, it's showing women working in factories, it's showing men on the cannons with the patriotic flag. Go join your country. He wanted the women to get out there and work in the factories while the men were out to war. Right here, support Canada's wounded soldiers. This happy Canadian man right here whose hand was blown off, smiling at the people. Come support me. Donate money to me. Fall in. Fall in. What are they trying to say, Red? What does that poster say to you? The marching people, fall in. What does that mean?
Like, come join.
Come join. Exactly. Can you scroll down a little bit on that one?
Wait, you wanna go to the next one?
Yeah. So now, Finn, can you read that for me?
Each of the nations was participated in World War I from 1914 to 18. Used propaganda posters not only as a means of justifying involvement to their own populace, but also as a means of procuring money as a resource to sustain the population.
So they're using the posters to justify involvement to their own populace. So they're telling their own populace, their own people, they were trying to justify to their own people why it is they were going to war, why it is you needed to enlist, why it was important. In countries such as Britain, the use of propaganda posters was readily understandable. In 1914, she only possessed a professional army and did not have a place in policy of national service, as was the standard in other major nations in France. So wartime posters were important to get the people out there. So this is your project. You are going to create, let me go down one more, a propaganda poster. Right here, that was good. A propaganda poster with a slogan involving World War I within that time. As you can see on these ones right here, together we win. Don't stop saving food. They had to ration food. So they were trying to pull to the people with these posters, and that's what I want you to do in your project. I want it to be colorful, I want it to be original, and I want you to put a little creativity into it. I have some examples for you. A few. So, here's essentially what you're going to be doing. You're going to create a poster of your own. It's like an art project. See? I'm not assigning you a 15-slide PowerPoint, but a project. And it has to be a slogan. There's this one right here. There is still a place for you in the line, and it has a sign that says reserved for you in the line of soldiers. Cute, nice. Something more simple right here. Get a move on, old man. Trying to talking to the older gentleman, like, get a move on, get your butt out there and get to war. I mean, you also have really creative ones, like these people are, now, I know what you're thinking. Mr. Nib, I'm not an artist, I can't do this. It's okay. I just want to see effort. You're going to be graded on effort, two things. Effort, and if the slogan's correct, like if it's an original World War I slogan. Look at this. This is a good poster. This was not an artist right here. This person didn't have the most creative skills, but it's colorful, and it's to the point. On which side of the window are you? Like, which side are you on? This person right here was very artistic.
Wow.
Incredible. This is the best one I've seen so far. Again, yours does not have to be like this. I wish it would be, if you can. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like this. Like this one right here. These are two very simple ones. Everyone in the class is capable of these. Now I know what you're thinking. Again, maybe you're not an artist, but it's okay. You don't have to be. This will be due a week from today. Friday, before we go to Thanksgiving, the 19th. Again, propaganda. What can you use as a slogan and tie it in with a little bit of artistic and creativity? Now, Google World War I propaganda. 1,000 things will come up. Google World War I propaganda posters, and then hit images. You're set. There's all the information you'll need right there. Now, if you want to do a poster that maybe has a more to today's theme for propaganda, come to me. Maybe maybe no, I don't know. I'd like it to be World War I themed though, okay? Does anyone have any questions?
When is this due again?
This is going to be due next Friday, the 19th.
Okay.
The day before we go on Thanksgiving. Now, if you're not going to be here on Friday, I would suggest turning it on that Wednesday then. Or poke your head in on Thursday. I know we don't meet on Thursday. Poke your head in on Thursday and give it to me. Because unlike the newspaper project, this is all on you. And it's not late will be docked points. There's going to be no 2 weeks later, Mr. Nib, I have it now. No. It'll be docked at least 5 to 10 points, depending on how late you are. Yes, sir.
Does the paper we have to draw on, does it have to be that big? Or could it
No, great question. You guys, the size of this thing doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be this. I'll leave the size of it up to you. Like, turn around and look behind you. It doesn't have to be like that giant poster on the wall at the map. You can. Of course. Yes.
Can I make it a portrait?
Yes, of course.
Not that.
So the whole point of this is I want you guys to understand what propaganda is and how it's used and how it's still used in today's society, but how it was used back then in their society. So you guys are all aware now that it's still something that politicians use every day. The news. You turn on the TV, there's propaganda right in your face. And that's what you just need to learn from this. And because it's not a hard project. So I have all the faith in you that you're gonna do a great job.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Does it have to be World War I?
I would like it to be only World War I. But if you can find something that's World War II, because I know there's a lot of good World War II ones, or if you even want to make your poster maybe something today, come see me, and I'll probably be okay. As long as it is propaganda, you know? And if you're still unsure about what propaganda is anyone unsure? Does anyone have any questions?
I need you to explain, sorry. Because I think I have an idea, but I want to...
Okay.
Yeah, you can...
Here's the exact definition. Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. So it's a biased by for this instance, a bias by a politician forced upon the people, or talked upon the people in order to sway them to their point of view. So say you're a Democrat and I'm a Republican, and I start pumping you with my views and my beliefs. And then you start thinking, wow, yeah, you know what? These Democrats are wrong. I want to become I'm with you, Mr. Neal, I'm a Republican. I just use my views and my propaganda to sway you to my side.
So
we
would,
cool?
Would the Salem witch trial be considered a form of
Yes, the Salem witch trial, exactly.
So can I click on that since I know more about that?
Sure, if you can create come up with a creative slogan for the Salem witch trials, that's propaganda, of course, why not?
Thank you.
Yes, you can do that.
Wait, so there's a time range?
There's a what?
There's a time range? Like-
No, there's no, just make it on World War I. But if there's something that you feel that you could do it on, that you get more creative on, that you feel more comfortable about, as long as it's involving propaganda, you can make a poster out of it, it looks cool, and it gets to the point, I'm fine.
Okay, are these kind of like when they make those things like, vote for me and we'll do blah, blah, blah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind
Yeah.
of reading somebody.
Vote for me. Remember the most famous one? You ever seen the one, I Want You, where it's Uncle Sam with his hat on, he's pointing at you with that mean face?
What about that
That's
girl?
World War One.
That
Rosie the Riveter?
The one that.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, but it's not poetry.
Yeah.
You should have done that so fast.
That is World War II. But make it more World War I, okay?
Okay.
Alright.